Alright, got my tournament match here against TheLayzerman, the one forgotten boss of the Mega Man series. So this is for the odd and even tournament. I don't remember what he was. I think he was odd. Let me check my little list that I made for this tournament. He was in the odd bracket, from what I can tell. Of course, I can't actually find his name, so I'm just going to pretend he's in the odd bracket. I want to lead with my Deoxys D, which is a form, so you have to put it in the inbox. And he's going to lead with his Rotom, which got me a little concerned because, Rotom can be very difficult to deal with sometimes, depending on the set. I decided to see whether or not he's going to trick or not, and I figured this is the thing that I wouldn't mind being tricked the most. I do have other stuff that's choiced on my team, but Scarf doesn't exactly help them. And go away, that. Yeah, that's one of the benefits of recording live, is that your web browser will get in the way occasionally. So I'll go out to my Gengar, which is nicknamed GDM, and yeah, I guess it makes sense if you know what I'm talking about. And the game's going to disconnect here because I honestly don't know why. I think Steam might have done it because Steam was like, I gotta update everything. So we cut back to this time period where he has sent out Terrakion after doing the same moves. And now I'm sitting here thinking, well, what's Terrakion honestly going to do to me? Miss Stone Edge? So I go for this Pain Split, as he goes for close combat, thinking I would switch, and that is the obvious Scarf Terrakion, so he has two Scarfers on his team so far that I can tell. And Substitute is going to be done now because I know he's going to switch. Out comes a Bronzong, and I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball, get a special defense drop and a crit. He goes for a Gyro Ball, which I suppose he just wanted to break my sub. That was his top priority at that point. And yes, the hacks did matter here because he was a light screen set, so he would have been able to live the first one, break my sub, then set up Stealthwalker or light screen depending on what he wanted to do. I know his top priority was to break my sub, but I really think that that was something that could have been game-changing. Out comes his Rotom now, and he's going to go for the Volt Switch again, more than likely. So I've got to figure out what I want to do here. I know he's probably not going to go for the Hydro Pump, but I decided to go out to Ferrothorn in the end, and I mean, it hurts him more than it hurts you, honestly. Yeah, the iron barbs do hurt, but whatever. He's hanging off of the opponent's life bar, and then the life bar moves out of the way, so they kind of fall off. But if it was a versus recorder battle recording, then it would make sense. He's going to set up one layer of Toxic Spikes. I don't know why he never went for the second one, because honestly, it would make sense to go for the second one, especially since a lot of things on my team that are walls don't like being toxicked. He's going to Fire Blast, which I figured he'd be a Sheer Force set, and I know that most Sheer Force sets carry that. They either carry Fire Blast or Flamethrower, depending on whether or not they want to actually hit one every so often. I go back out to my inbox, and I want to taunt him now to keep him from setting up more layers of spikes, and also keeping him from roaring if he carries it. I don't think I ever saw his last move. I don't honestly remember. So now I want to recover, since I know I can take Earth Powers for a decent amount of time, at least until he crits me, which would cause me to probably die, but that's kind of obvious. Go into Seismic Toss him, because, as we all know, Nidoqueens should be tossed and not shaken in return. Well, I love my voice. It just cracked all the time. You'd swear I wasn't, way past puberty at this point. Nidoqueen is going to be switched out to Starmie as I recover again. And I, again, don't exactly know what kind of set the Starmie is going to be running, but I have a feeling that I can take a hit. If not, then I'll just be darned. So I was thinking, if he wants to go for Hydro Pump, then so be it. I want to just set up a layer of spikes. And I also thought maybe he'd go for the Rapid Spins, so it'd be okay to just set up a layer of spikes just in case. I mean, at this point I still have both of my Hazard people, but he's going to go for Hydro Pump and hit again, which I suppose is proper because moves really shouldn't miss. Going to go out to Ferrothorn now, thinking that he probably can't do a whole lot to me, but which is true because most Starmies don't carry Hidden Power Fire, or at least most Starmies I know of. Freaking phone, really? Seriously? Come on! Okay, at this point I might be a little out of sync, but whatever. Freaking phone. Seriously, every single time I narrate now I get freaking called by people. It's ridiculous. You'd think they would learn that you can text. Okay, anyways. Well, at least the people that I actually know. The people I don't know, I don't really want to have them texting me because that would be even weirder. Now I'm going to Leech Seed and get hit by a trick, which, sucks, I suppose. But, I knew that, I mean, I figured that I really didn't need Ferrothorn anymore at this point. He goes for a Draco Meteor of all things. I don't know exactly why he thought I would switch after going for Gyro Ball, because really, I have nothing to switch to. Ferrothorn's essentially useless at this point because it's specs. It's locked into Gyro Ball. Why should I change moves? So, kill off the Latios, which is fine. He goes up to Terrakion after being away for a little bit, so I cut to the point where he actually comes back. And just going to go for the Gyro Ball again. I don't know why he went to Terrakion. I guess he thought I was going to... He thought that I would predict the close combat and go to Gengar, then I would set up the sub so he would go out to Rotom to take out my Gengar. But that didn't happen because, again, really, what at this point do I have to do with Ferrothorn? He's going to Hidden Power Fire now, and I live because Ferrothorn is Ferrothorn, and I really don't like it that much, but I decided I'd use it this one battle. And, just gonna have the whole thing going on here, waiting for him to kill me off because I honestly don't need Ferrothorn anymore because it's what is it going to do, honestly. And I figure that if he did close combat, all it really would do is help me because he would take the Iron Barb damage and then he would lower his defense. So now I got, I don't know, this time maybe random letters or something, and just gonna go for the whole sit in here and think of what he's going to do. And I completely forget about Starmie because I'm amazing. And Starmie is the bane of my existence. So I'm nasty plotting because I forget about Starmie. Had I gone for a move, I might have been able to do at least enough damage to hopefully KO him. But I don't know exactly how much a resisted Fire Blast, Focus Blast, or Hidden Power Ice does to a Starmie. And at this point, I was like, you know what? I don't have any electric moves on my team. It's a good thing you didn't bring something like Gyarados. So now I want to go out to Toy Boat. And this just... Seriously? My max defense Vaporeon, I bring it in on Psyshock, and he crits me. I guess that kind of makes up for the Bronzong thing, but he was saying that it really didn't matter because Bronzong wouldn't have been able to do a whole lot anyway, but I was telling him all this other stuff, and we were both trying to figure out whether or not that mattered. I know that that mattered because I would have been able to take a Psyshock and a Thunderbolt under normal circumstances. So now I'm going to go out to Let's Shake because you honestly want to shake hands with a scissor. Look at those nice soft hands it has. It'll just cut him off slightly and slowly, and you'll gush blood everywhere, but it's okay. Scissor's red. He's not going to mind too much. Out comes Nidoqueen again. I know Bullet Punch isn't going to do anything. Going to go out to my Infernape. I was half hoping that he wouldn't go for Earth Power, and he didn't, so I guess it's a good thing. I Hidden Power Ice now, and since I'm timid, it's not going to kill. Which, I guess that's just what I get. And thus I go down. Nidoqueen is going to go down next turn, do whatever move I go for, depending on what he wants to do. I go out to Gengar again, and I'm just going to go for the Shadow Ball as I keep having my voice freaking change on me. I hate my voice sometimes. I like my voice, but I don't like it when it cracks. I don't understand why it even does. It should have done that when I was 13, 14, and 15, not now. Wait. So, just going to wait for him to figure out what he's going to do. And he decides to go to his Terrakion, I think. I can't remember, honestly. Does he go to Terrakion? Sorry, I don't like saying it like that. I love rolling my R's. Okay, girl's dead monster. Come on, let's have this go on. Okay, he goes out to Rotom now. And I know Rotom's going to be outspeed, but I was thinking maybe he'll miss the Hydro Pump or something, because that would be nice. But of course he doesn't, because why would he? And now I'm down to my Scizor. And I know Bullet Punches won't take him out. I could have gone for the Pursuit, but then Terrakion would have just rained on my parade. And I just went for the Bullet Punch because that was really the only thing I had to do. Unless I had Swords Dance, in which case I might have been able to pull off victory here, but I don't know. I know that he'll survive a Bullet Punch because he 4 times resists it. And just because Rotom is generally bulky, and it looks like that I might have been able to hit KO him, but it doesn't really matter because I'm just going to die from the Hidden Power Fire. So that was a 1-0. What do you guys think about the hacks? Because we are both trying to figure out whether or not the hacks on both ends mattered. We were considering doing a rematch, but I decided I'll just take the loss. I mean, really, what's 14 losses in a row against random people? Nothing at all, is it? I don't know. I do get frustrated about losing a lot in Pokemon. I do play for fun, but I just like winning every so often, you know? Anyway, since this video is too long for me to do anything at the end of and is getting longer by the moment, I'm just going to stop it here. And I will probably work on another audio project that I want to do, or at least an audio thing that's going to have random pictures because we don't want to deal with the whole copyright thing. and I will see you guys later. Get your matches done. They're due by today. If I gave you a substitute and no one's contacted you again, just let me know. Not PM me, because I need to know exactly. If you haven't reported to me about who's won or lost, then PM me who won or lost. Yeah, that's about it.